What's going on, everybody? GemMint here, back with another statue review. This is not an unboxing because, as you can see, this is another prototype from XM Studios. This is their Archangel version B, which is his Uncanny X-Force costume. Now, some of you may have seen my version A review that I did about a month or so ago with his classic blue and pink. Today, we're going to do the Uncanny X-Force version. Now, with all prototypes, I got to give the disclaimer that what you see may slightly differ in the production piece, whether that be with paint, whether it's with the engineering or the way it's assembled. And also, the XM Marvel statues are only licensed for Southeast Asia and some surrounding territories. I'll put them on the screen. And with that out of the way, I think we're ready to take a look at these pieces close up, do an assembly, and then give a review. All right, starting with the body. So you can see it's just got the black and silver, but a lot of nice different texturing, right? So you have like that silver matte look, the textured look right here, and then the matte black. You have all those different costume designs sculpted in. You have those wings on the back that are built in, which will attach those other wings too. But same great pose, nice texturing, and some nice weathering on the boots here. Onto the base, so you have those Egyptian hieroglyphics, you have those kind of futuristic looking sentinel tentacles, the nice weathering on the rocks from that rusted look to the beige. And then onto the wings. So here is one of the smaller pair of wings with the razor sharp blades on it. It has like a dull metal finish, very pointy. Here's the other smaller wing here, which is still a pretty good size. You can see the way the light reflects off of it. Sculpt is great. And then of course onto those larger wings. So I believe this one is the biggest one, showing some impressive wingspan here. Now you have the blades separated a little bit more. Got to be careful with that, flipping it over. Awesome. So another huge wing here, and the last one, which is folded a little bit. This one's a little bit dusty, actually. Wipe that off a little bit. But yeah, the same great design, those big razor sharp feathers that are Archangel's wings. All right, so onto the base elements. So this is one of those futuristic sentinel tentacles. It has like this bluish paint job, but it's got some nice intricacies sculpted in here with the wires underneath each panel. And then you have that blade on the top. Here's the second one, which is a smaller one. And then you have the arm. So this is his right arm. And again, just the same great costume design, right? The matte black, the textured black, that dull, shiny silver. And then the left arm, which is the one that's pointing out to the sky here. You can see how much detail they placed into the hand. And even on the palm there, you have a nice texture on the gloves. And then the portraits. Wow. So the masked portrait with the red eyes. The teeth look amazing. The skin tone is incredible. This is an amazing paint job on this portrait. He looks like he's got that rage-filled presence like he does in the Uncanny X-Force comics. Then you have the unmasked portrait, if you will, the Warren Worthington III with his hair flowing. I like how the hair has like those darker roots that go to the blonde tips. And they took the time to sculpt so much of the hair. You can see it like flowing in the wind. It looks really good, actually. There goes those roots I was mentioning. And then the paint job on this face looks great as well. Lastly, it also includes that third portrait, the death portrait. So Archangel is one of the horsemen of the apocalypse. So this is him in that version. I love the bone-like paint job on this mask. It looks incredible. And yeah, they gave us the same three portraits that we had with the version A. Now, before we get into the assembly, a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video. This video is brought to you by Ninja Funk. Help save the universe from bad music by telling your LCS to order Whatnot Publishing's first book, coming out on November 2nd. Big shout out to JPG from THATSPIDERMANBOOTH.com and Street Level Hero. All right, so base is on the table. Let's go ahead and get Archangel keyed in. Now, you'll notice that this base doesn't have that Danger Room sub base. I'll talk about that more in the review. So we're gonna put the small tentacle here. The larger tentacle will be wrapping around his leg, and that'll go in the base right next to it. Now let's get those wings on. So we're gonna start with the smaller ones. These key in pretty easily. So that is the left one, and then onto the right. You just gotta kind of get the right angle in on it. All right, turn them to the side a little bit. Let's get the larger wings that go on the outside. Same concept, just got to find that angle. And the last wing here on the left. Make sure it's in there tight. All right, cool. So those are the wings. We'll get his right arm facing downward, left arm reaching out to the sky, And then let's put on those portraits. So my favorite portrait, the masked portrait, this is how he looks when I think of him, with that kind of hooded look. But then again, you have the option to switch out to let his hair flow, giving some nice contrast to this otherwise black and silver piece. And then lastly, that death portrait. So very cool to include it. Probably not something that I would use. I like that first portrait, but it's nice that they gave us the option. All right, y'all, there we have it. The Archangel version B in his Uncanny X-Force costume. So like I said, version A had a Danger Room sub base. This one does not have that, so it's gonna make it a little bit shorter. Let's get the actual dimensions. It is about 25.5 inches tall, almost 26 inches. Looking at the wingspan, I mean, it's about 18.5 inches on the width there, although the base width is only about 12 inches, and the depth is about 12 inches as well. So they only made 338 of the version B. It retailed 1,350 Singapore dollars, which is about 985 USD. And if you guys caught my other review, I mentioned having concerns with him being too low to the base, being that he's a flying character. And I must have been thinking about this piece lacking that sub base. But to keep it real, I don't think that that's a problem in person at all. He doesn't feel like he's too low to the ground, even though he's got all these wings going on and he's reaching for the stars there. I feel like it really works because it could be something that you can display low, which you can see his face better, or he could be displayed high because he should be high in the sky, taking off, getting ready to take flight here. So I don't really mind the lack of that, and I kind of like that it adds a little bit more difference between version A and version B. The texturing looks great on the base. Like I said, the rocky hieroglyphics mixed with the futuristic blues of Apocalypse's technology. Then you have Warren Worthington III, Archangel, formerly Angel, one of the original X-Men, standing atop of it. The costume color scheme is very plain. It comes from the Uncanny X-Force run. The one that I'm thinking of is the Rick Remender run, which was one of my favorites. So just very simple with black and silver, but the paint job on the portraits give it a nice contrast, whether you use the masked, the unmasked, or even the death portrait. The wingspan is crazy impressive. I think that it blends perfectly with the silver of his costume. So overall, I am impressed with this one. I kind of wanted to put a lot of space between reviewing version A and reviewing version B, and I'm glad that I did because I feel like I'm looking at it with new eyes, reviewing it in a new house, and gonna display him behind me for a little bit here, man. I really like how massive this guy is with his wings and just everything going on with this piece. Let me know what you guys think about Archangel version B in the comments down below. I'm gonna leave you with him spinning on the turntable, showcasing all the portraits. Thanks for watching. Stay minty fresh. Peace.